y'all. Today I'm making a new recipe. I'm making French onion soup, so I'm going to chop a bunch of white onions. Actually, I have 2 huge white onions to chop. See, I've got this one and this one, so that's what I'm doing right now. All right, guys, let's get our French onion soup started. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter to this Dutch oven. You just need any heavy-bottomed skillet. Heavy-bottomed. So I've got the heat on about medium. And here's my onions, but I'm not going to put them in until the butter's melted. Now this French onion soup is not going to be traditional because I'm not putting Gruyere on the top. I'm going to be putting mozzarella. I think it'll be fine with any kind of melting cheese, you know? So let's get this butter melted. Kind of move it over the skillet. It's going to take a minute because I just took it out of the fridge. This will be a perfect recipe for when it starts getting colder outside. It's not quite cold today, but I just had a hankering to try it. So we'll see what happens. So that's almost melted, and then we can put our onions in. All right, our butter's almost melted. Let's go ahead and get our onions in. This is 2 large white onions. And we're going to cook them down. Now to our pot, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't know if this is traditional, but I want it. And I think the salt will help to break down those onions as well. And we're also going to add a teaspoon of thyme. Which is exactly what I've got left in here. I'm just going to stir that around. All right, so let's let these cook down for a little bit. Also, I know this is not traditional, but I can never have onions without garlic, so I'm just going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. I like to make recipes how I do it, so, I mean, to my taste, so we'll see. I'm also going to add a bay leaf in there. And then we're going to continue to cook these onions down. If I see any like skin type of onions in there, I'm going to take those out. Because I don't like those. They're kind of stringy. I thought I saw an onion fly out of there. You can already see they're starting to cook down some. They're not as large as they were. They're starting to get softer. We're just waiting for them to take on some color now before we add sherry. So they have cooked down quite a bit, but they're still not taking on any color yet. We need to wait till that happens. Then we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of sherry. All right, now that they are starting to take on a little color, I'm going to go ahead and add the sherry. I'm trying to make it see off and see. It keeps fogging up. This is a 1/2 cup of sherry. stir it till it's all absorbed into my onions. 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 And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of flour just as a thickener so it thickens up my soup before I put the beef broth in. So let's let that cook for a minute because I want to kind of cook some of that wine taste out. Get the rest of what's in that cup. Then once we put the beef broth in, we're just gonna let it cook down for a little while. We're not in a hurry to eat dinner because we ate lunch late today, so it's fun. I sure hope this is good. I've never made it before, so pray. I'm gonna go ahead and add my flour now. Actually, I'm just gonna add a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Cook some of that flour taste out. Like here's a stringy onion right here. I'm gonna take that out, throw it away. Smells good. I just stuck my nose in it just to see how it smelled. Now let's go ahead and add our beef broth. That wine's pretty much cooked down. Add the beef broth. You can make your own, but I didn't. There we go. Alright, so let's just let this cook for a little while, and then we'll come back in a minute to see how it is. We'll let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and check on it. I'm just going to give it a little taste to see how it is. It's okay. It's time to check on our soup. It doesn't seem as dark as some soups do. So we're just gonna still let this cook down. Now my soup is not as dark as the ones that I have seen. So I'm gonna assume that's because I didn't caramelize the onions more before putting in the liquid. But that's okay, it still tastes good. So we'll go from there. I have these adorable little heart-shaped crocks that I'm gonna use to put the soup in for when we're gonna put our toast on. But first we need to toast that up. Some little breads here. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven and toast them up. All right, now to stretch out the soup, I have this loaf of bread. See, it's real small. I'm going to make a few little turkey and cheese sandwiches for my son to stretch it out and some toasted peanut butter ones for me because I don't like cheese. All right, let's go ahead and ladle this soup in the bowls. Well, it looks okay. I just wish it was darker. Less messy. There's one. I mean, I understand this is a classic French soup, but I don't see anything special about it, but I guess I will, right? All right, here's the other one. Oops, can't have that. It's gonna go in the oven for 10 minutes at 400. Oh, they look pretty beautiful. I'm just waiting on Ricky's sandwiches to be done. We will pull everything together. Beautiful this soup looks and how good it looks on this plate, how pretty it is in these heart little shaped ramekins. Anyway, we'll let you know how it turned out.